Hi, back again. Now, I was just going through my emails, and over the last, say, 12 months, I do get a lot of emails, and especially with comments and stuff on the videos, because you know there's 200 plus videos, so you know you get an email for each comment as well. So those plus just regular emails is hundreds every week, and I can't always answer the comments because there are hundreds, so it would just take forever. So I try to answer as much as I can and what have you. Sorry, I've just got a notebook down here. So what I've done, I've kind of collated the 10 most frequently asked questions that I get. Now some of them, I'm being completely honest with these questions, these are just the 10 that I get all the time. And some of them are maybe a little bit embarrassing for me to talk about, but you know, I'm not shy, so I don't really mind. So I'm just kind of being honest and putting it together. It's a bit of fun, you know. Alright, now the first one is, when did you move to the farm? So I moved up here, and why? People always ask why. I moved up to my farm probably about just over 5 years ago. And why? Because I just got sick of the city and Melbourne, and you know, I used to work in an office, suit, tie, all that kind of stuff, and I guess, you know, people talk about having epiphanies, well, which I always thought was a bit of, you know, but I actually kind of had one day. I was in the bathroom getting ready to go to work, and I kind of looked down. I was going to get some aftershave to put on, and I looked down and I was just looking at all the bottles, because I just had a bit of a fixation with aftershaves, and I kind of counted them and added them up, and I had like over 2 grand's worth of aftershave there, and I just I thought to myself, what am I doing? You know, and I was going to the country every weekend, and one day I got stuck in my car driving to work, sitting in the car, you know, just waiting for the traffic to move in a traffic jam, and it just occurred to me again that I was always going to the country on weekends, and I wasn't happy Monday to Friday, but I was happy Saturday and Sunday when I was out there, so I kind of just took the leap, bought a farm. The rest is history. Number 2, self-sufficiency. Do you run courses and stuff like that? No, I don't, but that's one of the things that I'm working towards down the track. I'd like to make, once the farm is a good model in my eyes of self-sufficiency, then I'd like to run courses on different things, gardening and stuff like that. So we'll see how we go, you know, like that's down the track, but that's something I want to do, just more in the sense of just kind of spreading that information, you know, more than anything else. Like doing the YouTube videos is great, but I'd really like to be hands-on and be able to offer courses, like, you know, cheap courses for people. It's not like, you know, you go, some dude that's on TV or whatever, and you go and do a course and it's like $600 or something. I just want it to be cheap and, you know, available to people and families and all that kind of stuff. Have fun, you know, have a barbecue lunch or whatever, you know what I mean, and just have fun, learn about things and be able to take stuff away, some seeds or, you know, what have you, and information and stuff like that. So yeah, I do want to do that down the track. Number 3, this is an embarrassing one. Like, are you single or married or whatever? And you know, it's not embarrassing, but I'm probably going a bit red. No, I'm not single. I've got a girlfriend. Yeah, she's awesome, so yeah, very, very, very much in love, so yeah, no, I'm not single. Where is the farm? Obviously I'm not going to give out like the exact address, but I'm northwest Victoria, about an hour and a half from Melbourne, so if you I guess you can Google it if you really, really want to have a look at the area that I live in. It's Macedon Ranges area. So Kyneton, Daylesford, Castlemaine, that kind of triangle, I'm there, so that's where I live. So yeah, Melbourne's, looking from your angle, Melbourne's here, and I'm over here, just northwest. How did you learn about gardening, and do you have any major influences, etc.? This is a real common question I get. Learning as far as gardening and that goes, I used to work in a garden nursery for years, so I learned a lot hands-on. I didn't know anything before that. I just wanted to get into gardening, took on a job, you know, really mundane stuff, and just learnt on the job. And I guess with anything, if you have a love for something, that you kind of pick up the information. You're constantly reading and watching things, docos and, you know, stuff. So you pick up stuff. If you love something, then you soon become, you know, proficient at it to a degree. I'm not. I just kind of know, you know, this amount, but everyone's always learning. I don't think anyone can be like a master of something or whatever. You're always learning stuff. And I learn a lot from other people too, especially on YouTube, other people's videos and stuff like that. So, but I just learn from practice and, you know, just doing things. And influences, I guess my main influence was John Seymour, who has passed away now, but had a farm in Ireland. It was a self-sufficient farm. You can look up his books. He's got a book, a classic, The Complete Guide to Self-Sufficiency. And he was just awesome, a real role model for me. Other people, I guess Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall is great. The River Cottage series, I just loved. I could watch it over and over again. That was just awesome. And then there's different chefs and cooks that are influences to me as well, I guess. A lot of Australian cooks and a lot of overseas cooks. I'm quite a fan of Anthony Bourdain. I think he's just hilarious. He's just got, you know, that's real raw kind of thing with him, so I appreciate that, you know, there's no kind of fluff and smoke and mirrors, so he's quite cool. But there's too many I could ramble on for ages about all the people that I like. Are you or were you vegetarian is another one. Yes, I was vegetarian. I was vegan for about 2 years and I was vegetarian for about 10. When I was younger, it was a moral thing for me, and it still is to a degree, even though I'm not vegetarian anymore. It's more the process of how meat is created, processed, I guess, that I still don't agree with. Obviously battery hens and things like that, and cage systems for pigs and what have you. I don't eat any of that stuff, that food. So yeah, even though I do eat meat, my morals have changed in the sense of I'm not that concerned about eating meat, but I am very concerned still about the process of how it gets to our plate. You know, animal welfare is, you know, that's why I get into fishing and hunting and stuff like that. I think, you know, it's infinitely better to have, say, if you're going to eat a duck that's been farmed somewhere, it's been in a box its life and whatever and had a miserable life, that's one thing. But if you can go out and there's a wild animal that's been, you know, around, and, you know, if you shoot it and it's dead, it doesn't know what's going on, next thing it knows, bang, it's dead and you eat it. I don't know, like, that's a big can of worms, so I won't really get into that. I can, you know, I kind of sit on the fence because I know from being veggie for over a decade that is involved in there. I was heavily involved in vegetarianism and stuff like that, but I do eat meat now, so I've kind of see that point too. So, you know, that's a bit of a loaded question. This one's funny to a degree, in one sense. Do you get lonely, etc.? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I did initially when I was here, because I was by myself. All my family and friends were in Melbourne. I kind of left a lot to pursue my farm and self-sufficiency and stuff like that. So initially I did. Not so much now. I've got a girlfriend, blah blah blah. I'm really happy. So I go to Melbourne on and off, like, to see her. She lives in Melbourne. So yeah, I did initially. I think it's something you really have to take note of before you kind of just jump in and move to the country somewhere. You make friends in the country and that, of course, but you do leave a lot behind. So yeah, initially I did go through a real stage of being lonely and depressed and what have you, and what am I doing, blah blah blah. So yeah. Number 8, when is the website up? Well, yeah, this is something that's been going on for a while. A friend's doing it, and he's doing it for me like at such a cheap rate, it's ridiculous. So I haven't specified any timelines with him. He can just do it when he's got the time to do it, because I am getting it for such a cheap rate. So soonish. I can't say when, so hopefully soon. Do you have a TV show? I love this question. No, I don't. I'd like to be on TV. That'd be awesome, because I'd like to more so to be able to get the message out there and have fun. I enjoy doing the videos and filming and stuff like that, so yeah, I would. So if anyone's watching out there from a major TV network in Australia, give me a call, you know. But yeah, I'd like to. I don't have one, but yeah, I would like to down the track, see what happens. I don't know. I'm not really focused on it, but if it came up, then yeah. And the last one is, do you have any books, etc.? No, I don't. I've got an ebook that's going to be available on the website, and I'm currently writing the second book. And I do get articles published in self-sufficiency magazines in Australia from time to time on different things, all kinds of things. So yeah, I do. Theoretically, yeah, I do, but it's not available yet. And the second one I'm currently writing, so yeah.